Welcome back to Leagues 3 Shattered Relics. I've been doing a bit of agility, making the most use out of our maxed out Golden Brick Road. And there is our first level 80 skill. It's a hard task, so that's 50 league points and 3 Sage's Renown. Also, we got 600,000 coins from that, for a total of 790,000 coins. And we now have 102 Marks of Grace. So, we are still nowhere close to being able to get Graceful. Not even a little bit. But since we now have Agility level 80, we can come up here to the Relics course and just do this one time. This also means that we are going to now be getting less Marks of Grace at Sears. So we'll probably not be returning there, unfortunately. Since we never had the faster version of Sears Rooftop, this is probably still going to be significantly more experience for us. So that's also good. Not that I intend to do too much more agility right now. There is complete Relics agility course. Another hard task for another 50 points and 3 renown. As for the other fragments I've been leveling up here, we got Arcane Conduit, Alchemaniac, and Bottomless Quiver. Just cause, why not? And conveniently that combines to make Portable Waystone. But while we were doing agility at Sears, we got 11 unidentified skilling fragments, which gets us Grave Robber, 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 and Grave Robber, which maxes out Grave Robber. Now, I don't think we should be able to get any more fragments in agility, since Grave Robber and Golden Brick Road were the only ones that we really got any in. But we will see. We might get one more, and then it announces that we'll never get another one from agility or something. Or maybe we'll start getting other kinds of things. I don't know. I've never gotten all of the relics. Never gotten all the fragments maxed out from something, so here we are. Unexplored territory here. And now we have 790,000 coins. So I'm sure we're going to be able to do something with that. It's going to be great. Some shops are still contested, but that did not stop me. I went on a spending spree all around the world. Got myself a mithril dagger for an easy task to equip a mithril weapon. I got myself an adamant dagger for a medium task of equipping an adamant weapon. Grabbed up myself a rune mace for a medium task of equipping a rune weapon. Got full mithril with the skirt for an easy task of equipping a full mithril set. And the adamant plate body was the most contested, but that's worth it to complete a medium task of equipping a full adamant set. And also grabbed a rune plate body, which is a sizable upgrade over the mithril plate body we had before. We can't just go and buy a rune full helm, so that's not something we can get done quite yet. That's upgrades still. A lot of these are going to be alked eventually, once we get the most money we possibly can from alchemy. But I'd say that was a decent use of some of our money there. Got a whole bunch of extra renown from that. When you can just buy your way to victory. Here we are. And speaking of buying our way to victory, let's do some construction without construction. I would like to buy a house, please. A whole 1,000 coins. I think I can manage. And that is purchase a house. Easy task. And we saved our runes from teleporting here. Always good. Pick up a pet. Building mode. Enter your player-owned house. 5 points. Then we need to build a room. We can't make a useful room, so we'll just make another parlor. And that is another task, to build a room. Alright. Going quite well. It should be pretty clear what the plan is now. I have purchased all the pickaxes. And that's obviously only useful if we unlock mining. Except mining is useful. You can mine things, etc. It's going to be very important for quite a few quests that I want to get done here. Starting with Plague City, which gives mining experience, and that's why we unlocked it before doing the quest. We're doing pretty decent on unlocking skills here, so I think we're probably going to be able to avoid ever getting XP drops for quests for skills we haven't unlocked, which is nice. So I need to go get some things first here, actually. Quests. They require items. And it's done. 19,400 mining experience. And the Ardoin teleport. Very convenient. Yes, all the way to 33 mining. So, technically we didn't need to purchase this mithril pickaxe. Steel is still needed for a task. But that's okay. We will alch it for a lot of money later. But for now, since we're in the area, I'm going to do Biohazard. Again, we're going to need to get a few things, but they're a bit more convenient to get than all the stuff for Plague City. So we will get Biohazard done here. Updates have definitely made this part of Biohazard significantly more streamlined. Instead of having to go and walk or take ships the long way around, you can now teleport. And we can teleport right over here with our portable waystone. And then hop on this boat over to Remington. Never before has there been an easier way to get from Elena to the chemist. And then, once we're done here, we can just teleport to Varrock. Really does make this whole thing incredibly simple. I really think that the guard that's supposed to be looking for plague carriers Really should have checked me more thoroughly when I walked in with a giant gas mask. But he's apparently not very good at his job, so we have completed the biohazard quest. We need this for a little bit of thieving experience, but specifically access to the combat training camp. I'm not going to start underground pass right now. That is a bit not what I'm looking for right now. Instead, we're going to go get the already easy diary. We don't really need much to do this. We need to sell a piece of silk, go to the fishing trawler. I think we complete a game there. Enter the combat training camp. That's why we did biohazard. We need to get a rusty sword. But aside from that, this will be very straightforward. And getting a rusty sword from ham members with 75 thieving, that's not going to be a problem. There's the task for completing a fishing trawler game. And we did not get any anglers, unfortunately. That is a task to get full anglers. And it's also a fishing XP boost, so could come back for that. But with that done, the last thing we need to do for the diary is to come over and check our pets. We still got the 2 pets, and the reclaim cost is actually free in leagues. But that is another task completed there for completing the easy Ardoin diary. And we did this to get the Arty Cloak. And also a lamp that you require level 30 in. So we're going to have to go and get some Herblore XP. But I think that's doable. There's various rewards and such. But the most important thing is that it's a better cape than our regular black cape, and can teleport us to the monastery here. Which is fantastic for recharging prayer. And also, not too far away from a fairy ring. So now we can more easily make use of that transportation method. When I was getting the herbs I needed for Fairy Tale, I should have grabbed at least a few that I could make use of here. I also grabbed some other herblore supplies. So I think we should be able to manage here. We got some guams. Give me the guams. Give me some vials of water. I should have Eyes of Newt. There they are. They can go in the herblore tab. Clean a guam. That's a task. Cool. And put these in here to make an attack potion. 200 XP each, and another task. And 30 herblore. Precisely what I wanted. Because now, we can use this lamp in herblore. And it's going to be 20,000 more XP. Which gets us to level 39. I mean, now we can make prayer potions. We only have 3 Ranars though, so that'll be useful some other day. But now that that's all done, I want to do a bit of actual mining. And to do that, we're going to want a different set of fragments. Also, we probably want to be actually in Varrock first. I mean, we can just use this. It's fine either way. I don't think you can actually change things here, can you? That's still a thing? Yep. Does not count as a bank. So we're going to head to Varrock. We should also probably hop off of this world. This is the highest population world, because that's where people do a lot of minigames and such. So it's a little bit laggier than I'd prefer. So let's get over here. Since we just unlocked mining, we don't really have any mining specific fragments. But we should still have the set effect of personal banker. We have 3 for the personal banker. If we got 4, it would become a 100% chance. So let's put in Alchemaniac and Deeper Pockets maxed yet? Not really. Well, let's go to Deeper Pockets. So that gets us the personal banker going. What do we got in the gathering department? Yeah, that takes 3 fragments, unfortunately. So I'm not going to be able to make much use of that. Any of these in the Trailblazer set? We had one more that was in there. This is a slightly awkward part of this. Catch of the day? No, that's not Trailblazer either. Alright, I guess we'll just put some whatever in these other 2 slots. Just pick some stuff we want to level up a bit. Let's finish the runes. Note and double crops. That could be good. Golden Brick Road is max. That's not important. That'll work. We will be able to bank a whole bunch of our ores. That's going to be perfect. First ore that we're going to be looking at is going to be iron. So hopefully there's not too many people here. Yeah, there's somebody. There's mine 2. Yeah, if we can just mine 2, that's probably fine. We need to drop the admin pickaxe here, so we can use the steel pickaxe. Because that is, in fact, a task. Mine an ore with a steel pick. And now we can mine an ore with an addy pick, which is actually not a task, unfortunately. Going back and forth between 2 iron ore is not ideal. But also, iron is like the best way of training mining for the most part. So it's probably going to be pretty contested no matter where we go. So I'm just going to stick here for an inventory of iron ore, which is actually 2 inventories of iron ore, since we got the whole banking thing going on. There is mine 50 iron ore. A medium task. Not bad. And we're up to 39 mining now. Banked 1 inventory because we got slightly unlucky with the personal banker and didn't quite get to 50. But now I think I will stay here a little bit longer. Do a bit more mining. There's a few more tasks that I think we could set our sights for here. So I'm just going to mine some iron ore. Seems pretty effective. And there is mine some more with a rune pickaxe. Somehow. As we just got the mining level at the same time there. So I would argue that we actually mined that ore with an adamant pickaxe. But hey. Another task complete. So there's that. $43 mining. But also, we got a gem while mining. So that's good. A very RNG task. But it was bound to happen eventually here. Banking half as often is pretty nice. But when we know it's a possibility to eventually never have to bank, really waiting on those fragments. It's going to be super good. Got to level 45 mining, then came down here to the desert to mine some granite. But here's something probably very important. Fragment of harvesting. We've unlocked the rock solid fragment. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that that is going to be a mining fragment. Sandstone and granite have a 25% chance of not depleting, 50% chance, 75% chance. Interesting. This is part of the Greedy Gatherer set and the Fast Metabolism set. I don't know how useful the rocks not depleting would be. It's not like you would stick around to see if it didn't every time. Questionable. But the Greedy Gatherer set is definitely something we want to be getting in on. And we now have 3. So we would be able to use this Greedy Gatherer set. Gain additional resources from fishing, woodcutting, mining, and farming. Experience is granted per resource gathered. So you also get the total experience. So this is basically doubled experience for fishing, woodcutting, mining, and sort of farming. Fishing, woodcutting, and mining, at least for the most part. That takes 3 fragments. Should be Chef's Catch, Rock Solid, and Certified Farmer. So I don't think we could do Personal Banker and Greedy Gatherer at the same time, currently. But we are oh so very close to tier 5. So I think that's just one more reason to get that out of the way. So I'm going to finish up mining this granite for a task. And there it is. Another medium task for mining 30 chunks of granite. Except we have the personal banker, so we've actually banked some granite. And this is sandstone. That also doesn't count. Okay. I was going to say, I might need to bring that back over here, but it is granite, not sandstone. So, not actually very useful in that case. Okay. So now, I'm going to look around to see if we can get some nice and easy tasks complete to head on to tier 5. Entering the Cook's Guild is a medium task. That's 25 points. Really feels like more of an easy task. Only takes 32 cooking. And a chef's hat, which you can just get from goblins. But I'm not going to complain about easier points for me. I can live with it. Here's some crafting tasks. Cut a sapphire. Easy task. Leather body. Easy task. Craft a snelm. Easy task. And we need molds. Make an emerald ring. That one's a medium task. And I'm also going to make a sapphire amulet. And then enchant both of those. So now we have an amulet of magic and a ring of dueling. So that's pretty neat. Those will definitely be useful. Getting a little bit of more crafting experience here. Making some bowstrings. We got a production fragment. Rumple bowstring fragment. That sounds like that could be incredibly relevant for exactly what we're doing, and probably nothing else. Rumple bowstring. Magically spin more bowstrings. Spin flax spell. Processes 10, 15, or 27 flax instead of 5. This is part of the double tap and craftsman sets. Okay. Craftsman could be pretty good. How are we doing on that? We have 2 out of 4 we need for craftsman. And double tap? Oh, we have 2? We got 2 for double tap. So if we use range, which we literally can't, we could have 30% more damage, basically. Well, that's pretty cool. Always nice to get more fragments. Just gonna do one more inventory of bowstrings here. That should be enough. 40 crafting allows us to come in here into the crafting guild for another medium task. We can't use this bank chest or anything. And this guy forgot his apron. So now, I'm gonna go make use of that magic amulet that we got. Gonna go do a bit of magic. Came over here to sand crabs and bottomless quiver fragment is now level 2. So that'll help to save ranged ammo once we can do ranged. I'm sure that'll be useful in the future. Also, we have some skilling fragments here, so I guess we can open those up now. Nah, I'm in combat. We will deal with that later. With 63 magic, we can use a Wizard's Mind Bomb to get into the Wizards Guild, which is a medium task. Awesome. And then we're coming over here to get ourselves full Mystic. It's a bit expensive, but it's a massive improvement to our magic gear. We go from 27 accuracy to 67. And also, equipping one piece of that was another medium task. With our magic level where it is, we are going to go do one of the most important things you can do for magic. That is the Mage Arena. I decided to get Mystic first because why not? But we are going through the wilderness, so I guess we'll bank our stuff. Technically, PKing is a thing, and there's no reason to risk any untradables or anything. And speaking of untradables, let's use up these 2 skilling fragments. Alchemaniac and Alchemaniac. Very good. The closer that gets to max level, the better. And we are going to need a knife. So let's get over to the wilderness. And down goes Collodion. Very, very doable. Did a bit of prayer flicking there in order to not use any prayer potions. But I did bring them, just in case I needed them. These are our only prayer potions, since we had 3 Ranars to work with. And also we got a skilling fragment while fighting Collodion. That is Enchanted Jeweler, now level 2. So I guess we can enchant even more jewelry at the same time. So that's something. Let's grab 3 capes here, I guess. Why not? And we got our free staff, which we will keep for later. The Zamorak cape, along with just being fantastic for magic accuracy, is also a medium task. So there you go. 25 more points. If we grab out some of this, some of that, we can now go to Alcarid and purchase a singular rune from Ali Morrisane. And what a valuable rune it's going to be. I'd like to buy other runes. 1 blood rune, please. And with that singular blood rune, we have Windwave. And now this man has Windwave. Cast a wave spell. 50 points. We are very, very close to level 5. Came up here to the monastery to get my unblessed symbol blessed. So now we have a holy symbol, which is pretty cool. Because if we wear that and these monk robes, that is a prayer bonus of at least 15. And in fact, is 19. With this cape, 21. So that's pretty good. That is 25 more league points. Meaning, we only need 5 more to reach tier 5. And what better thing to do as a final thing than Monk's Friend. It's a party. We're partying now. We got balloons, dancing. The other monks don't seem too excited about it. But there is tier 5. And 46 woodcutting. And Monk's Friend completed. 4,500 points until tier 6. That's a lot. We got the Thrall damage fragment. Okay. We don't have Thralls yet. That's not something we have. Let's check that out. Should be in here somewhere. We're getting a decent amount of fragments now. Thrall damage. Thralls have 100%, 200%, 300%. That's part of the Chain Magic set. You've unlocked all the fragments to use the Endless Knowledge set effect. You can get the Arcane Grimoire from the Sage. Okay. Let's go get that. Head over to Catherby. Monk's Friend was a lot easier with the Arty Cloak, since we could just get things. And there is the Arcane Grimoire. If we set up the Endless Knowledge set, we can use this to constantly switch spellbooks. Although we haven't actually unlocked any other spellbooks, so I don't think it would actually do anything right now. But still, that's something. And now we have 5 slots here, so we can start messing around with having even more simultaneous experience being put into all the various bits. So I'm just going to throw something on there. Oh, we got, look at everything going. Also tier 5 increases experience from 8 times to 12 times. So now we get even more XP. We've got Trailblazer and Personal Banker at the same time now. That's not a particularly useful combination, I wouldn't say. But we have a lot more options now with 5 slots. Look at that. 5 slots and 2 relics. We got 7 things on here. Also, we have 90 renown, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to unlock some more stuff. I'm going to go with the smithing skill. Unlocked. And, as you might expect, the smithing skill is going to start with a bang. I collected these iron bars from the wilderness, so we're going to go and get a massive experience drop from Knight's Sword. This quest was very easy with the portable waystone and fairy rings. No running back and forth to moose a point for me. That is 152,700 smithing XP. Getting us from level 1 to level 54. Oh yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, now that we have a whole pile of smithing levels, I suppose we might as well go do some smithing tasks. At least a few. There is a medium task for smelting a steel bar. And an easy task for smelting an iron bar. Did those kind of out of order, but it's okay. Not like there's much we could do right now to not lose all this iron. Oh well. And then we use all those bars to smith 150 iron arrow tips and a steel plate body for another 2 tasks completed. I think that's about all we can really do as far as smithing tasks are concerned for right now. Technically, we have the level to do another task, but we haven't done the quest required for that, so we will leave smithing there for right now, after barely touching it whatsoever. But hey, it works. And we'll move on to another skill. Since we have all of this Sage's Renown burning a hole in our pockets, let's do fire making. Accept. Now we can light fires. Ain't that something? I gotta say, 12 times XP rates are pretty nutty. Just burn some regular logs. Got level 5, 8, 11, 13, 14, 16. And we move on to oak logs after we light this torch, because that's an easy task. Lighting this oak log is an easy task. It really is just that easy. How much XP is this? 720 for each oak log. Level 21, level 22, level 23. Yeah. 24, 25. Oh, or we might not get a level for this log. Wow. What a slow game. Not even an entire level for each log. 26, 27. 28, 29. And level 30. Now we're going to need more willow logs than we have, because the task is no longer just burn one log. Oh no, that'd be too easy. And unfortunately, we are still rocking the steel axe. But I think we can actually go get better axes. So I will burn these willow logs, getting piles and piles of levels. We're actually getting pretty close to 1,000 total level here. If the levels are going to keep coming in like this, it's not going to be too much longer. Oh boy. Yep. So I'm going to go get better axes. Because the steel axe, when you have level 46 woodcutting, that's just unacceptable. There is the woodcutting task complete. For chopping 100 willow logs. And oh boy, was chopping the logs a very easy time. We have put together an all-star fragment selection, which gives us Greedy Gatherer, double resources, and Personal Banker, 50% to the bank. So, technically, we are getting logs at basically the normal rate, but also getting the same amount of logs in the bank at the same time. So that is pretty good. Now, we just have to burn all the logs, which is also very easy. Don't have any relics that would help with that, really. But there's 1,000 total level. For another 25 points. 2 more renown. All good stuff. So I'm just going to burn these logs, getting tons and tons of experience. And then we can move on to the next thing. And there is the burn. 100 willow logs. Medium task. 25 points, 2 renown. And here's a skilling fragment. Hot on the trail. That's a pretty interesting one. Clue scrolls from fire making. Chance of a clue scroll every time you light a fire. 2%, 5%, 10%. Also part of chain magic. Let me check chain magic here. Oh wow. We've got all sorts of ones that have chain magic. So we put 3 of these together, That is a 60% chance of an additional magic spell. That could be pretty good. But now, it's time to unlock another new skill. I'm gonna get Hunter. Yay! And now we can go do some Hunter stuff. Oh boy. Here's a double task. Snare a bird and catch a Crimson Swift. 2 easy tasks. 10 points. 2 renown. And up to level 5 from 1 bird. I would go do the museum, but we don't have Slayer. And I've decided I want to avoid missed experience as much as I possibly can. Would it be a good idea? Absolutely. Still not doing it. And there's a medium task to catch a butterfly. We caught a ruby harvest, the lowest level of the butterflies, because it was the easiest one to catch, because we're trying to catch things easily. And now we're going to unlock fletching. And now we're going to go do fletching things. I made headless arrows, so I can use the iron arrowheads I made to make iron arrows. XP's pretty good. XP's pretty good. And also, the task is pretty good, because there's a task to fletch those arrows. Also, there's a task to make an oak shortbow. And now, we're going to unlock the range skill. And we're going to unlock... Well, we have to wait for this animation, I guess. And we're going to unlock the construction skill. And we get the animation again. And now, we just need to do a whole bunch of tasks to get the 30 Sage's Renown to unlock our final skill, Slayer. Next time. Goodbye.